Good morning, students. Today we will start first chapter, that is strain energy and impact loading. Okay. First of all, we will discuss what is strain energy. What is strain energy? Okay. What do you mean strain energy? Energy which is stored in a body due to straining effect is called strain energy. Okay. That means suppose if we are having a body, if we are applying external load on this body, suppose we are applying tensile load on this body, then there is a deformation in the body. Okay, there is deformation in the body. Suppose the length of the body is L and now we are applying load on this body, that is P. Remember the condition that load that we are applying on this body is within elastic limit. Because of this application of load, there is a deformation in the body and this deformation is delta L. Okay. Now what happens if we are removing this load? If we are removing this load, then due to its elastic limit condition, the body will regain its original position. The body will regain its original position. Okay, that means when we have applied load on the body up to its elastic limit, the body stored certain type of energy. This energy is called strain energy. Okay, when we are releasing this load, this strain energy tries to regain its original shape. Okay, that means in another terms we can say strain energy is also equals to, strain energy is represented as U, capital U, is also equals to work done. Okay, work done means external load that we have applied. Because of this there is a deformation, and strain energy is the internal energy which is almost equivalent to that of the work done. Okay, now few terms that we have to use in this chapter, that is resilience. What do you mean by resilience? Resilience is total strain energy stored in a body. Total strain energy stored in a body. Okay, that means if we are applying load P, that means at this condition the amount of maximum energy that is due to this load, that is called resilience. Next one is proof resilience. Proof resilience. Proof resilience is a maximum strain energy. It is a maximum strain energy that can be stored in a body. That means if we are applying load, a maximum load up to its elastic limit, if load is maximum up to its elastic limit, that time energy stored in a body is called proof resilience. Okay. Next is modulus of resilience. Modulus of resilience. Modulus of resilience is maximum strain energy stored in a body. Maximum strain energy stored in a body with respect to its volume. That means that is equals to proof resilience per unit volume. Proof resilience per unit volume. Okay, that is your modulus of resilience. Now, application of load on a body. Generally we are having three different methods by which we can apply load on a body which causes straining effect. We can apply load in three methods. First one is gradually applied load. Second one is suddenly applied load. And third one is impact load. Impact load. Okay, gradually means we are applying load from limit 0 and we are increasing the load. In the case of suddenly applied load, load is sustained constant value. That means initial load is also P and final load is also P. And in the third case we are applying load from a particular height. That means we are making it a freely fall. That is called impact loading. Generally, we are calculating strain energy in a body by three means. Okay. Now we will calculate strain energy. That means we will go for derivation separately for a gradually applied load, for suddenly applied load, and third for impact loading. Okay. First one is expression for strain energy. That means U for the case of gradually applied load. Okay. In the case of gradually applied load, if we are sketching a curve, suppose we are sketching a curve between load and deformation. If suppose initial case, in the case of gradually applied load, we are having initial load is 0. Okay. Now as load increases, deformation also increases. That means suppose we are having a maximum load P. At this case we are having deformation as X. That means curve is something like this. Okay. Now area under this curve represents work done. Okay. That means work done for the case of gradually applied load, W is equals to 1 by 2 load, that is P, into deflection is X. Okay. 1 by 2 load into deflection, that will give you area under this curve, and this is equals to work done. Okay. Now P stands for load. Now we will interrelate it with respect to stress. That means stress is equals to load upon area. That means with this respect we can have P is equals to stress into area. Okay. Now X is deformation in length. If we are representing E means strain, that is equals to deformation in length. We are taking notation as X upon original length. Original length is we are taking as L. Okay. Strain is equals to deformation in length upon original length, and in terms of stress it is equals to sigma upon E. That means X is equals to sigma L upon E. Okay. Now we will substitute these values P and X in this expression, and W is also equals to strain energy, that is equals to 1 by 2 P is equals to sigma A into X is equals to sigma L upon E, sigma L upon E. Okay. That means after simplification we will have result, that is U is equals to sigma square upon 2E into AL. Okay. This is the strain energy for the case of gradually applied load, and in this expression AL, A represents cross-sectional area, L represents length. That means this is equals to volume. That means U for the case of gradually applied load is sigma square upon 2E into volume. Okay. Now next is we have to calculate strain energy for the case of suddenly applied load. Okay. Next one is suddenly applied load. Okay. In the case of suddenly applied load, if we are sketching a curve between P and X stands for deformation. That means load is constant. Initial load as well as final load both are constant. That means length should be horizontal. That means initial load is also P, final load is also P, and deformation is X. That means work done in this case is equals to area under this curve. That means work done is equals to P into X. Okay. Work done is equals to P into X. Now strain energy. Strain energy general expression is, as we have already derived, that is U equals to sigma square upon 2E into AL. That is equals to P into X. Okay, that means sigma square is equals to 2pEx upon A into L. Okay, now x upon L, if we are simplifying it, that means x upon L is strain, that means strain equals to stress upon Young's modulus, that means this is equals to 2pEA into stress upon Young's modulus. E will cancel out, stress from square, that means sigma is equals to 2p upon A. That means from this expression we are having relation between stress and load. Stress is equals to twice load upon area. Now if we want to calculate strain energy, we will substitute the value of stress, that is equals to 2p upon A, in the strain energy equation, that is sigma square upon 2 into AL. With this help we can calculate strain in the case of suddenly applied load. This is a method by which we can calculate strain energy for the case of gradually and suddenly applied load. Okay, in the next lecture we will go for strain energy in the case of impact loading. Okay, thank you.